ready to let go. Let me tell you, friend, believe me when I say I know. It always feels like we're punching in. Well, I'm glad you stopped by. The fun is about to begin. You paid good money at the door. Get ready for a real good show. If you want to have a real good time with me tonight, you gotta move like crazy, dancing in the pale moonlight. We can all get down, spin inside out. I'm telling you, if you really want to groove, you gotta make a move.
We got a lot of cool things coming up. A lot of awesome things.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, we do.
So, also, we launched the Nebraska app here in Ravenna.
Yes.
So if you haven't checked that out yet, make sure to go to your app store via Apple or Android and search the Nebraska app.
Yeah.
Provided by our good friends Yo City and John at CoFound.
Yeah, right down the road in Grand Island, Nebraska.
Doing amazing things, and you're going to want to get on this app. It's going to be, it's the future of Nebraska.
Yeah, I love it, and I'm glad we got to be there right from the beginning. So
yes, it's awesome.
All right.
So go check out the Nebraska app. And so, Kirk, I guess let's kick this off.
Yeah, let's jump right into it. So in season 1, we had a variety of guests, and I think one of the common themes of our guests is we're really trying to capture stories that help inspire us, really. Stories who are, about people who are making a move, finding ways of living their dream, sometimes in very, atypical ways, by wearing a lot of hats. We've got, in our first, I counted, and roughly according to my calculations, we've got 12 entrepreneurs in season 1. 10 people from the entertainment business, 3 from academia, 8 people who write. That includes songwriting, writing scripts, writing books, etc. And government and nonprofit, 6 people. Now, if you total that up, it's way more than the number of guests we had in the 30 episodes. But that's because a lot of the folks are really finding ways to live their dreams. I mean, you have a variety of folks. You have Lisa Schauner, who, my gosh, she was doing 3 or 4 different things.
Eddie comes to mind.
Eddie absolutely comes to mind. Shane Ferreter, who continues being a professor at UNL while running a surgical robotics company. Yeah, there's a lot of folks that we interviewed who wear a lot of hats. You and me, too.
Yes.
So we fall right into that category. Some people call me a filmmaker. Most people call me a medical device executive.
You know what? We're not rated for what people call me. So.
Well, I wasn't going to bring that up.
Well,
because we're not rated for that. But maybe another time on another show.
Right.
That's more like something you might find on Trent on the Loose.
Yeah, right? Oh, shucks. Speaking of Trent, I need to get some pig.
Yeah, you
some
should.
Bacon burgers. Man, them things are good.
Yeah.
Bacon.
Yeah, so, I think that what I thought we could do today is kind of reflect back on season 1 and talk about some different moments. And we just brought up Trent Loos, so I guess I'll kick it off. I think one of the biggest surprises amongst the guests that we had over the last close to a year since we launched the podcast, was Trent Loos.
Mm-hmm.
Neighbor just up the road has the show that's on TV show Trent on the Loose on BEK.news. Yep, and then syndicated on over 100 radio stations across the country, and does a lot of different shows. And came to us, kind of sharing his experience and how he, got inspired to start doing these shows. Mm-hmm. And then a couple months later, it's announced that he's the running mate for for lieutenant governor with Teresa Thibodeau. So that was a big surprise for me. I don't know, is that the biggest surprise for you amongst our guests of things that have been happening?
I mean, it was obviously like, wow, he was just here. That's crazy, And it was good. Then we got to invite them back to come kind of do a little bit of campaigning in Ravenna and took them around town. And, you never know what Cowboy Trent's gonna.
No, and I think that whole experience I think was interesting for us too because we got to go to a lot of his campaign events.
Yep. Well, and we kind of set out on a mission before that to go because one of the things we preach is don't wait for the TV to tell you what to think.
Yeah.
go be a part of the process and go hear these people, and go to all of them. Don't just go to, the one you think is your color or your flavor. Go see what the other guy's saying and like actually see, what they're talking about. Because in my experience, what you hear on TV is produced and pitched in a certain light.
Even your own experience with that Fox News interview. Yeah. You were trying to tell one message, and then the message you actually saw after they edited it down really wasn't the same message.
Well, of course, when I said, don't listen to these guys, they're just going to tell you what they want. Come down here and find out for yourself,
Yeah.
And the guy's looking at me like, really? You just said that on my... But, it's the truth. And, and if you could take the position, too, like, they don't care about me. They're a bunch of rich people that have their agenda. But honestly, you gotta get out there, and maybe you being there and having a conversation is going to be the spark that puts an idea in their head. And you know what? Maybe I'm not thinking about this correctly.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's, you don't have to be the one being influenced. You can be the one influencing.
Yep. And I think we talked about it a lot in our Nebraska primary episode. And, I think we got to meet all the candidates except for one. And many of them and some of the running mates as well. So, I think that is, and I think it definitely changed my mindset on who they are. What I saw on the news versus the conversations we had one-on-one, very, very different. And, Trent's always, there's always surprises with Trent. And if you haven't checked out his show, Trent on the Loose Tales, I'm wearing a hat right now that I got from Trent. That's been a great adventure, and I've enjoyed getting to know him better and certainly get to know Teresa better. And, spoiler alert, we might have one of those on the guest in season 2. Maybe.
Hey, Riley here. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Make a Move podcast. For more content, check us out on all major social media platforms and makeamovepodcast.com. Until next time, get off your butt and make a move.